Chapter 30. In the Headquarters. Tests and examinations took a few days until doctors were satisfied with all the results they obtained and ensured that everything was normal and no threat acquired from my journey to Earth. During these days, my superiors revised the report I handed over to the headquarters once I refined it, the redacted report. They highly appreciated the richness and value of the information it included, and because of the hustle it made, they wanted to discuss this report in a meeting with me and some governmental decision-makers. Until the determined meeting date, and during the aforesaid medical examinations, I was not allowed to have direct contact with any human being under any circumstances. These were the procedures and the standard precautions taken in such cases. Elo, however, was with me during the past few days since I came back, not only as my direct supervisor in charge, but also as my best and closest friend. Kay, on the other hand, was not permitted to see me. We could only speak over the phone, which was somehow, for both of us, better than nothing. But after the examinations were over, and before the meeting, I received a clearance to leave that governmental secured facility, and I was able to meet her at last. Days seemed so long while waiting for that meeting, for which I was preparing intensively. My arrangements included a briefing for the report, of which the attendees had a drafted version to examine. I also held some rehearsals that I performed with Kay, in which I had to address the officials I was supposed to meet. I was revising my words, voice tone, gestures, pauses, and even the terminology I would use. I chose everything with scrupulous care so they would understand me regarding place and time, that paradox. Mr. Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honoured to stand before you here in that remarkable and unforgettable timing in which we can change our destiny and face our challenges as a human race. Long applause from all the attendees, led by the PM himself, interrupted my speech, which I continued after some pause. Honourable attendees, I stand before you full of hope and confidence that our mission has fulfilled its initial purpose. We gathered all the needed information on what we believe to be a myth, the planet Earth, which we accidentally rediscovered not so long ago. On your tables, I provided each one a briefing of the thorough report, with all the evidence that this planet is completely habitable and safe for humans to start their lives on. Then theatrically pointing at myself, I am a solid living proof of that. I said it with a wink that made all of them laugh, nodding their heads in silent agreement with my last remark. With this report, I also explained the complexities we might face in understanding what we call the paradox of succession. I believe some of you are already aware of it from previous readings or those who had the chance to carefully study the report when I submitted it earlier after my arrival. The succession, in brief, is a different understanding of time and place correlation and how day and night succeed each other endlessly on this planet. Which one comes before the other? No one knows. That created the paradox that was easy for me not only to comprehend but to adapt to that major change as well, without any setbacks. My voice rattled, preventing me from completing my speech, followed by lengthier applause this time. Some of the attendees already stood up with lots of cheers, with tears in their eyes, tears of happiness and hope for a better future for our children. It was a long, tough day in the headquarters, but for me it mattered not as long as I convinced them all that Earth was the best and only choice we had. Some other things that might sound less important swamped my mind, but for me, they were the urging questions that needed answers. Why Sam and Lara? Why did I see them? And where did they disappear? Did they vanish? These were some of the questions that kept pounding my head since I returned. I never stopped wondering how they did it. How did they sneak into my ship, alter my report and leave without a trace? And how did none of our advanced devices detect their existence on Earth, nor their activity aboard my ship? But above all, the most triggering question was, did they come back with me to Proxima-b, or did they stay on Earth? That was the subject that mattered more to me, and that was why I needed to meet with Kay. I had to speak with her. Although she was used to my surprises and random ideas, I bet she never expected what I was about to tell her.